Well, hello everybody. I was having a private conversation with someone today about their Ifak or their first aid kit or whatever. Think of this like a continuation of my 5 minutes to war video. This is the Condor CPC that I keep up here at work. It has level 3 Spartan armor, AR-500 plates front and back. This is some rip-away Ifak kit that I got off of Amazon. It's not bad. I'm thinking about putting epoxy in the snaps on the molly straps and snapping them shut. And if I ever need to remove the Velcro field, I'll just cut it. That way I know it will always be there. Something to consider. Anyway, I wanted to talk about the contents of it and why I carry the stuff I do in it. When you set up your plate carrier or you're going to carry an Ifak, you definitely want to put it in a location to where you can get to it with either hand. In my case, it's inconvenient to have it right here on the front because it kind of gets in the way at times, especially when driving. But that's not that big of a deal. It's like I said, you want to have it where you can get to it with both hands or either hand, because if you're wounded, you may not have the other hand. It might be gone or it might be dysfunctional, and you will have a very short period of time to get the bleeding under control. So without further ado, what I have in here is the contents of a military Ifak, and I've added stuff to it. And that's why this thing is kind of full. I do like this one because it's held on with Velcro, and to get it off, you pop the snap. You grab this strap right here and pull. I'm going to stop this for just a second. It has zippers with nice big pulls on it, so you can get it open. Once you get this thing ripped off the Velcro backing, it opens up like a clamshell. And there are several compartments in it. I have a clotting sponge in here. These are some exam gloves, crinkle gauze, an Israeli bandage that I have added. Right here is the military issue pressure dressing. But I've added a clotting sponge, and let's see. Here's the tape that came with the Ifak, the tourniquet. A neophagical airway. I think this is a really nice gimmick, simply because this kit is intended for you, but you can use it on others. But are you going to intubate yourself? Really? I've had no training on how to use it, but it's in there. I guess if you're one of my buddies and you're down and I think you have something wrong with you, I'm going to cram this up your nose. I got your back, friend. And here there is another quick clot combat gauze that came with an Ifak that I picked up. This was the topic of the conversation, and I think this is important. I have 2 hyphen with vent chest seals, and they typically come 2 to a pack. As you can see how it is folded. If you've got 1 chest seal, just remember, if you've been wounded badly enough where you need a chest seal, you're probably going to have an exit wound. I recommend 2. But if you only have one, and you need two, remember, air cannot pass through this. You could take the package that the hyphen came in and put it on the exit wound and use your pressure dressing to secure it in place. And I wanted to address another thing that people seem to miss. You can have this badass Ifak trauma kit or whatever, but if you are wounded badly enough to where you're having to go into this and use it, this is just immediate need, people, contrary to what other YouTubers say. If you're actually going to have to go into this and use this or this, you are probably in deep dookie, and your next step should be to an ER. Now, if whatever situation you're prepping for has happened, is there going to be an ER available? You're going to need a surgeon. Gunshot wounds don't cure themselves. Even if yours is not immediately fatal and you have a chance of recovering from it without surgery, there's something else you got to be concerned about. Secondary infections. I was almost killed by one in 2017. Trust me, my friend, MRSA sucks. Don't find out. If you're going to stock anything special in your medical preps, this is what I recommend. Clindamycin for fish. You can get, it's the same oral clindamycin that you can get for a prescription from, get from your doctor. Has the same NDC number, but unlike penicillin and amoxicillin, what people try to stock who don't know better, take it from someone who has survived MRSA twice. Clindamycin is really the only antibiotic available in pill form that is effective against it. Your next option would be Bactrim. If you can get fish tank Bactrim, that would be a good thing to stock. But try to get the clindamycin. It works for now. The bugs haven't gotten too resistant to it yet. At this point, amoxicillin and penicillin are almost worthless. Unless you got like some minor sinus infection or something like that. Penicillin might help you with pneumonia. But we're getting outside the scope of this video. But definitely, if you've been wounded that badly where you're needing to use this stuff, you should immediately start a regimen of clindamycin as soon as possible. It might buy you more time, but a gunshot wound to the torso or something like that, all the Ifaks, all the clindamycin or whatever in the world's not going to save you. You need a surgeon. You needed him yesterday. Anyway, I hope y'all found this informative and kind of like a reality check. This is a very good boo-boo kit in my opinion, but that's exactly what it is. It's just to buy you time till you can see a doctor. Y'all have a good night.